Alright guys, we're going to be going over the brand new patch for Season 6. Um, it's currently 8 p.m. Not sure if this matters. Patch came out about 6 hours ago. We're just going to go over it. I'm going to give my thoughts as soon as I see it right now. So, let's start. Lari. Long range auto charging rifle. I'm probably, with this hero, I'm just going to have to see her in game. Probably not going to have too many comments yet, but we'll still see. Her secondary fire is a medium range healing beam that consumes solar energy. Her ability 1, it launches you into the direction you're moving, knocking back enemies. Hold jump to go higher. Huh. That could be really good. Deploy a pylon that heals allies. So maybe like, I'm guessing something like Baptiste's lamp, but instead of stopping you from dying, it heals you. And then her ultimate, fire an explosive ball of solar energy. Enemies hit are slowed and explode after taking significant damage. I see. Why does Blizzard do this, though? Significant damage. Blizzard, what the hell is significant damage? Give us a number. What is significant damage? Why do they always do this? Why do we have to go searching for these numbers? It's so stupid. Just give us the number. Like, deploy pylon that heals allies. How much does it heal? Does it heal every second? Does it pulse? Is it continuously healing like a soldier pad? Does it pulse like Lifeweaver's tree? Why do they do this? I don't understand. Anyways, back off the tangent. I guess because Overwatch is more of a casual game. New game mode Flashpoint. We're just going to skip over this part. Same with Invasion story missions, skipping over. Um, the number of wins required to appear on the top 500 leaderboard has been increased from 25 to 50 for consistency with our other competitive game modes. So, this is probably good because one thing I don't like being top 500 is when I'll see like people will whatchamacallit at the beginning of the first 2 weeks of the season, there'll be a bunch of players in like GM5, sometimes even Masters or GM4 that will hit top 500. It'll show their peaks top 500, but in all reality, it's just because not enough people had played yet, so they should have never been top 500. Might just be a me thing that likes it. Who cares? But honestly, 50 is a lot of damn wins, so we'll have to see. Armor updates. Wait, hero updates. Armor health reduction is now additive with other sources of damage reduction and has a maximum cap of 50%. Oh yeah, they said they were going to do this. D.Va. Whoa, we're buffing D.Va. Why are we buffing D.Va? D.Va's perfectly fine. D.Va's really strong right now, actually. Why are we buffing D.Va? Let's read this. Once D.Va's mech was destroyed, there was a window of time where the pilot could be damaged or killed before the player fully had control over their character. With this change, D.Va can no longer be damaged by things like explosions or melee attacks before the player fully transitions control from the mech to pilot. Honestly, this is probably a good change because I'm not a tank player, but I like it would be mad annoying for me to like pop out of the mech, like what happens, and then instantly get headshot by a widow. So I can understand it, but the one thing I'm not gonna like is people can like I don't know. It'll happen too when she throws her ult out, but honestly, it's probably a good change. But why are we? It's only half a second, but still, why are we buffing our boosters? She already has like some of the most mobility of any tank in the game. And by mobility, I don't mean like can travel very long distance. I just mean consistent mobility. Like if she's being able to use her boosters every 4 seconds, it's really hard to like be able to dive in as a DPS knowing that the D.Va, like, oh, she used her boosters. Okay, I only have a couple seconds to go in now, and it's another half a second that you're not gonna have because most cooldowns, like, let's say Sojourn Jump, for example. Oh, I like to wait for D.Va to use her boosters before I go slide in for a Sojourn ult or something. Well, it's gonna be an extra half second that she's gonna be coming after me, and it's already 4 seconds. Like, I don't know why they need that. Doomfist, okay. Doomfist is performing well overall, but tends to have more deaths on average compared to other tank heroes. They're probably just talking about most ranks. Lowering the seismic slam cooldown will reduce downtime in his ability rotations and translate into more survivability due to the increased mobility and potential for generating overhealth more often with his passive ability. First, before we get into this next part that it says, Blizzard, Doomfist does not need a buff. Doomfist is probably the best tank in the game. This is going to be a me opinion. I'm not going to lie. He's so impossible to kill in top 500. Like, he just has so mobility. He's flying around the map. Like, the only way you can punish him is to hack him and throw a cast nade at him that just stops his movement, and then hopefully you can burst him down in time with a Zen Orb. Like, I don't like this. I'm not a fan of this. Oh well. Additionally, Power Block will now always reduce explosive damage from projectiles stuck directly to Doomfist, even though you normally have to face the direction of the incoming damage to block it. Okay, this I can understand. Like the power block thing, that makes sense. But I don't think Doomfist needs a buff on his cooldowns or like to shorten the cooldowns. Yeah, or like why? Now reduces, yeah. So the power block, I'm fine with. I actually like because it just makes it more consistent for the Doomfist player. But like we don't need a buff and shorten his cooldowns. He just doesn't need it. Orisa, let's before we get into the comments, I'm just gonna start reading the the actual changes. Damage fall off range increased from 15 to 20 meters. Actually, a good change. Fortify health bonus increased from 75 to 125. Terrible change. We don't need to make the tankiest game. We don't need to make the tankiest tank in the game more tanky. That is not her issue. Her issue is being able to follow up on kills with her spear. So that's why I like this augmented fusion driver. But Fortify, they spelt Fortify wrong. Fortify. Or Foritify? They spelled that wrong. That's funny. Yeah, like she doesn't need more health, guys. That's not her issue. She's not dying too fast, Blizzard. I don't know. Fortify is sometimes weaker now due to the change how armor reduction and abilities damage reduction interact. She still can't die in Fortify if you pop it, unless you pop it with like 50 health left. Like even then, like activating Fortify. I don't even want to read this. I don't even want. I'm just gonna keep reading it. Whatever. Activating Fortify while Orisa has armor health will While Orisa has armor health remaining, will hit the damage reduction cap and result in lower effective health than before. So we are increasing the amount of overhealth it grants. In addition, we are increasing the fusion driver's effective range so Orisa can deal a little more damage before engaging at close quarters. Yeah, like her primary fire makes sense. Fortify makes no sense. Okay, block now reduces damage from stuck projectiles. Makes sense. It's just making the game more consistent across. Annihilation ultimate cost increased 12%. Okay, good. Block now reduces damage from stuck projectiles. Just what they said before. Okay, actually good changes. So we got 1W, 1, 2, 3 L's so far. We'll put it up there. We're gonna start doing it 3 L's. We'll put it on the left side of the screen over here, and then W is gonna be like right up here. We're just gonna count them up. Sigma base movement ground deceleration increased to match standard heroes movement. Wait, was Sigma slower than all the other heroes? Wait, what? Sigma has always had somewhat floatier movement controls than most heroes in order to match his character movement animations. However, this led to players to feel like his tank roll passive ability wasn't reducing the amount he would be knocked back, since it took him longer to stop. Oh, okay. It's from knockbacks. It's not his actual movement speed. Secondary fire charge time reduced from 1.2 to 1 second. Secondary fire recovery time increased from 0.5 to 0.75 seconds. This just seems like a weird change to me. Like if they want to buff the time he shoots, that's cool, but I guess overall it's better. Oh, sorry guys, I just woke up. I guess overall that it is better. We'll see what they say about it. Winston's Tesla cannon range had it. Blah, blah, blah. Restart. Winston's Tesla cannon range attack had a decently long charge time relative to the damage it deals. These adjustments will make it more responsive to charge and fire, which can be more useful in situations such as finishing off low health enemies attempting to flee or poking at enemies before leaping in. This comes at a cost of taking a longer time to recover after firing, which in some cases will be weaker as a burst damage combo pack with primary fire. Yeah, okay. I see what Blizzard's thinking here. That actually makes sense. We'll give them another W. On to the DPS. Okay. Bastione. Okay. Whoa, we got a lot of changes. His tack grenade, hold up. Maximum explosion damage fall off reduced from 70 to 50%. Maximum Maximum explosion damage fall off reduced from 70 to 50%. Alright. Detonation time reduced from 0.5 to 0.35 seconds. Recoil adjusted to recover more quickly. Projectile size increased from 0.2 to 0.25. Impact damage increased from 15 to 30. Okay. You know, these actually seem like good changes. Even though there's a lot of them, looks like kind of overwhelming. They all actually seem like pretty good changes. Bastion's been pretty weak for a while, honestly. Reload time reduced from 1.5 to 1.2 seconds. Okay. Is that his primary fire? Yeah, that is. Okay. That's good too. His reload did honestly feel a bit long. Transforming into configuration, assault now repairs 50 armor health. Good change, Blizzard. I actually really like that. Um, it's not just giving him 50 health if he's already full health. It's just repairing 50 health if like someone jumps on him and he has to use it. Then I actually like that. It's kind of like Torb E. Overload, whatever you want to call it for the console players. Um, Targeting state movement speed increased from 20 to 25 meters per second. Oh, okay. So it just moves faster. Okay, yeah. All good changes, actually. There are several small tuning adjustments to Bastion. Several. I don't know. Several's like 2 or 3. This is almost 10, guys. This is 8 changes. But I'm playing semantics right now. Here with the goal of improving overall effectiveness, as Bastion's weakness of being a large and immobile target has proven tough to overcome, even with such powerful damage potential. I agree. Another Blizzard W. Rare Blizzard W. Cassidy. Okay. Blizzard. We're giving him back 25 health for like the third frickin' time. Why? 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 Let's read. Okay, I'm not even going to look at the others right now. Even with a powerful and reworked magnetic grenade, Cassidy still has been underperforming, so we're reverting his maximum health back up to 225. Having his gun damage fall off reaches full reduction sooner, and restricting the maximum range on magnetic grenade to help solidify his position as a close to mid-range damage dealer. Why does he need this extra 25 health? It's so annoying to have heroes that aren't like 200, 250, 150 because it just ruins the damage. Like Widow Charge Shot, it's not going to be the same anymore on a Cassidy headshot. Sojourn Railgun Shot, not going to be the same anymore. Even with Hanzo, you're going to have to charge it longer, but that usually shouldn't affect you because most of the time you're charging it full anyways. But like, it's just so aggravating. Nobody liked this 225 change. Nobody. 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 Peacekeeper. Damage fall off range rescaled from 25 to 45 meters to 25 to 35 meters. Okay. Oh, maybe this might make sense, this patch. Projectile, okay. What could be a mid? This might be like a mid change. We're gonna put a question mark in the middle, like right about here. We're gonna put a question mark too, because I'm just not sure how to feel about this yet. They're shifting his power, just like what they said in the developer comments. I should have read all of the changes first. They're shifting his power, like they said, to be a close to mid-range damage dealer rather than actually being able to duel longer ranges. So it makes more sense now, but like, I still don't know how to feel about that extra 25 health. So it's just a question. Well, Hanzo, arrow draw, the Stormbow. Arrow draw progress is no longer preserved while wall climbing. Oh, big nerf. Big Hanzo nerf, guys. This is fat. Whoa. So you can no longer hold your arrow, walk up a wall, charge it, and instantly headshot someone. That's huge. So no longer is a Hanzo just going to be able to... He actually doesn't even have to charge the arrow. He's no longer going to be that. He's going to have to hit his E first, or I don't know what it would be on console players. I'm going to have to figure out console controls for you guys. But he's going to have to hit his first ability first, his Storm Arrow, and then go... So he's going to have to hit more than one shot on your head. So, probably pretty good, because Hanzo, he wasn't like crazy overpowered, but he was kind of a little bit overtuned. Let's see what the developers say about it. Despite being conceptually strange, this gameplay mechanic felt good. Very true. It did feel really good for Hanzo players and fluid to use as Hanzo. However, it often resulted in some frustrating behavior for enemy players that can be alleviated without impacting Hanzo's overall effectiveness too significantly. I don't know how I feel about this because it's not like Hanzo was overly overpowered in my opinion. Like if you look at any top 500, no one's gonna be a Hanzo main. So not sure how I feel about this. I'm gonna look to see what Arge says, the true one and only Hanzo main out there. But like, it did feel really fluid. It was like a really fun mechanic to be able to charge. It also helped you kill Faras and stuff. Like, I'm not sure how to feel about this yet, but big Hanzo nerf is all I can say. Another questionable change for me. Oh, guys, I'm happy. No Sojourn nerf. Sojourn main right here. Bing, 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 bing. No Sojourn nerf. Let's go. But Soldier 76, let's see. Soldier 76 became much more deadly after his last round of changes, so we were reverting the Helix rocket explosion damage to lower his burst damage. We're also increasing his tactical visor ultimate cost to help account for his overall increased damage output, both during the ultimate and leading up to it. Okay. Explosion damage reduced from 90 to 80, ultimate increased from 10%. And honestly, the soldier buffs, in my opinion, guys, they're perfectly fine. But what makes soldiers so annoying to play against? What's the bingo card? Drum roll, please. Mercy. Mercy ruins it. Mercy ruins the game, but that's another tangent we'll get into another time. But Mercy makes it so difficult for players at any rank to deal with. Not not so much when you get into GM1 and top 500, you can start to deal with it, especially because you can play dive a lot better and stuff. But like even in GM1 sometimes, like a soldier pocket or like a mercy pocketed hero, especially like a Pharah or anything, can just ruin the game. I'm gonna go on a tangent if I keep talking about it, so we'll just wait. I'm sure they said they're changing mercy changes earlier, in the like the little preview they gave us for the patch notes, so we can save that tangent for later. But okay, I'm fine with this nerf. We can just give it a W because attack visor cost increase is probably pretty good since he's doing more damage now. He'll have it faster. Makes sense. Sombra. Developer comments, EMP frequency is a little too high. Huh. Given its relative power, so you're increasing its cost. Good. It will now also deal the usual percentage of max health damage to Lifeweaver's Tree of Life ultimate instead of treating it like a barrier and destroying it instantly. Actual good changes, Blizzard. Big W. Alt cost increased 15%. No longer destroys Lifeweaver Tree of Life. Okay. So Lifeweaver's Tree of Life is like Bob now, basically. But wait. You can't hack the tree, right? We're getting some inconsistencies here, which is like the one thing I don't like. Because, like, you can hack Bob. If it's going to be treated like Bob, you can't hack the tree. I don't know. Not sure how to feel about that. Torbjorn. Okay. Are we buffing Torb again, guys? We are continuing to add power into the Rivet Gun. Why are we buffing Torb? Why? He's perfectly fine. He's probably too strong right now, if anything. You can just pick Torb and get value. You're playing terrible? Pick Torb, get value. Like, he is the easiest hero just to, on at least for the DPS category, just be like, oh, I'm 2 and 6 this game? Let's pick Torb. We'll throw a turret at an off angle. We'll have E for whenever we get dove, and we'll just play with our backline. So let's see what they say. As the previous changes didn't quite make up for the turret damage decrease. Bro, they did. That shotgun is nasty now. Like, it's about as good as Reaper's shotgun. In addition, we were also improving the Forge hammer swing speed so that it's more effective to repair a turret while it's under fire. Weapon swap time reduced. That's fine. Primary fire reduced from 0.55 to 0.48. It's not great. It's not like a crazy change, but like still, why are we buffing Torb? Forge Hammer swing recovery time reduced from 0.75 to 0.6. Like, okay. I, I don't even like this. Like, good Torb players are never going to be hammering their turret, and the ones that do hammer their turret are just annoying lower SR players that it's a really annoying mechanic to play against. So Torb's behind the wall, he's just ding, 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 ding. and you're never killing the turret. Just and now he's doing it even faster now. So I don't know. Terrible changes. No one's gonna be liking these. Tor mains probably like him because he's a bit of a buff, but like no one else is gonna be happy with these changes. Fat L right up here somewhere. All right, Ana. Okay, I hope. Actually, I don't know what to hope. We're just gonna see what they change. Biotic rifle damage and healing projectile reduced from 75 to 70. Huh. Unscoped projectile size increased from 0 to 0.1. So they're making the like whenever you hit fire, basically whenever you're not scoped in, the projectile is going to be easier to hit, and they're reducing her damage a bit. Now, I'm fine with the Ana nerfs. Ana's probably too strong, but the one thing I'm going to say is compared to Kiriko, she is terrible. Kiriko is by far the best hero in the game. I'm gonna just say it, guys. Like, that hero is broken. She can teleport through walls. Her teleport also has a cleanse. Her teleport is on like an 8-second cooldown. Did I mention the teleport goes through walls? She has a bell that can cleanse the entire team. It can also, it's also like Baptiste lamp, stops you from dying. Oh, hey, it booped for like 8 months until they're removing it this patch. Crazy. Why was that a thing the whole time? And then she can just hop into your back line, go kill like 3 people, and then swoop, TP out through a freaking wall, guys. I'm gonna just wait for the Kiriko change. Ana changes, they're fine though. I went off on a tangent, sorry. Ana's damage breakpoint changes has proven too effective overall given her long range, so we are reverting it back to its previous value. Okay, makes sense. We're increasing the size of unscoped projectiles and firing at enemies. Oh, it's just for enemies? Her projectiles have always had a larger size for allies, which should help them land more consistently against close range threats. Okay, that's fine with me. W change, Blizzard. Brigitte. Brigatoni. Brigitte's overall effectiveness and survivability have been high relative to other heroes. So reducing the barrier's shield health, we're also slightly adjusting the ultimate cost of rally as it has become more effective after its rework. Okay. Barrier's shield health. Probably a W change. I'm not sure if like she needed her alt cost reduced, honestly, but overall W change. I think the bigger issue, I'm fine with her 300 shield health, but like still it's like what, 700 health in her alt and like a widescreen TV might be a bit much, guys. Maybe we should have looked to reducing that instead, but is what it is. I mean, even at 500, you're probably not going to kill it during her ult too. Kiriko. Okay, we're getting some Kiriko nerfs after almost an entire year. Actually, has it been an entire year? When did Overwatch 2 come out? Was it like October? 8 months? So, it's taken almost an entire year to nerf the most broken hero in the game. That's my biggest L, my biggest complaint with Blizzard, but let's be happy they're nerfing her. And let's get into reading it. Protection Suzu now rewards more deliberate usage by increasing its healing when cleansing negative effects. Okay, it will no longer knock back enemies as it wasn't particularly important to its overall design and was there to provide feedback for the input or feedback for the impact. Yeah. Like, why was this knockback in the game? This makes no sense. Why would you need impact to know that you're hitting an enemy? Like, that doesn't make any sense. You're not knocking back your teammates, and your teammates are gonna glow. Like, why would an ability that's like that? Like, imagine if Baptiste Spell just suddenly had a boop on it, or like a boop in all 360 directions when it went out. Like, it makes no sense. At least they're removing it though, so I'm gonna stop complaining. These kunai changes will make the weapon damage output more consistent and reduce some of the disparity between landing critical hits or not. Knockback removed. WWW. Healing reduced from 50 to 40. Okay. Now heals for an additional 30 when cleansing a negative effect. Overall, good changes. They fit like the actual. All the changes make sense for what they want Suzu to do, basically. Or what I would even like Suzu to do. Okay, let's look at her kunais. Damage increased from 40 to 45. We're buffing kunais. Recovery time reduced from 0.55 to 0.5 seconds. We're buffing kunais. Critical damage multiplier reduced from 3 to 2.5. Hold on, guys. Let me do math real quick. Oh. We'll do some math. Okay, so 40x3 is 120, right? 120, okay. 45 times 2.5 is 112. Okay, so it's going to be doing a little bit less damage. But you're still going to be able to two-tap anyone. So overall, like, that change is negligible. What, 7.5 on the damage for a headshot? Like, why are we buffing kunais, guys? Why? And she can still teleport through walls, guys. So she's still gonna be playing the same playstyle. It is a nerf, guys. So let's be happy about that. Like with Suzu and the knockback being removed. But they're buffing kunais to make it more consistent. Like, that annoys the crap out of me. Like, we could have kept kunais where they're at, but let's remove teleport through walls. That is the number one issue with Kiriko. The fact that she can run into your backline, even hide in your backline. Like, let's say you win a team fight. She runs into your backline, hides in the backline. Actually, we're going full screen. Let's say Kiriko runs into your backline, all right? Or reset. Let's say Kiriko sit. Blah, blah, blah. Let's say the team with Kiriko wins a team fight, and you're on Kiriko. So, after the team fight, you run into the back line, hide, and then wait for the team fight to engage. Okay, team fight's engaging. Hop out of your little hidey hole. You go, tsk, 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 tsk. You kill the on in the back line. You're the Mercy, Soldier, whatever. And then what? You can go, whoop, whoop through a freaking wall. Like, at least, at the very least, have to have line of sight of the enemy, like Mercy has to have to dash out. Like, like I don't get it, guys. I don't get it. Why can't she teleport through a wall? It is the most annoying mechanic in the game by far for me. Like, it's so aggravating. It makes me want to just become a support main because of how easy it is to just go into the backline, carry games, and kill people on Kiriko. Zoop. That's her whole playstyle. Like, she's not even a support. She's a DPS disguised as a support. All right. Ugh. Life Weaver. Okay, Life Weaver changes. We'll read that because that's a lot to read in a second. Base health reduced from 200. Are they talking about his alt? Oh no, his actual base health. So he's going to have 175 health with 50 shields. Okay. So he's going to have 225 health overall. Again, I'm not a real fan of the whole 225 thing, but it looks like it's here to stay. So I'm going to start stopping complaining about that. 225. I like that so far. It makes it more survivable. Thorn Valley. Reduce spread for one of the two Thorn Volley projectiles fired per shot by 25%. Reduce spread for one of the two Thorn Volley projectiles fired shot by 25%. Okay, reduce spread on his primary fire. Healing increased from 25 to 50 whenever he dashes away. Okay. Mobility lockout duration increased from 0.45 to 0.75 seconds. Does that mean, like, I'm not sure what this means, actually. I don't play Life Weaver. Like, does that mean, like, if Life Weaver pulls you, you're not going to be able to use your mobility for 0.75 seconds now? I'm not sure about that change. It's questionable to me, just because I don't understand it. 50% of Tree of Life's overhealing is now converted into overhealth, up to a maximum 100 overhealth. Yikes. I don't like this change. Me personally, this is probably a bias change. I'm a DPS player. I just hate overhealth in general. Like, I understand it for Briggs ult. I hate it for Junker Queen Rush or her shout. It's just not a fun mechanic to play into. Like, imagining you're gonna go around the corner, do X amount of damage to like a tracer flanking you. You're like, okay, I'm gonna headshot this tracer. She has 150 HP. Oh wait, no, you're not. She has overhealth because Junker Queen just shouted, or they just used Tree of Life. But at least with Tree of Life, it'll be like more noticeable to know if they were in it or not. I'm gonna have to see how this plays out. Overall, W change, but let's see what Blizzard says about it before we move on. The Tree of Life outputs substantial healing, but often doesn't provide enough value for an ultimate ability. Okay, I can understand that. To increase its utility, any overhealing done via the tree is now converted into overhealth. Thorn Volley's spread is now less random, with half the projectiles having smaller base spread to promote better mid-range consistency. Okay, good change. Life Grip now has a longer mobility lockout duration to prevent accidental cancels by the affected ally using movement ability after the pull being started. Okay, that makes sense, the Life Grip change down there. Finally, we're supplementing Life Weaver survivability to give him more shield health, blah blah blah, as well as increasing the healing by rejuvenating dash. Overall, good changes. So another W by Blizzard. Lucio. Okay, are we getting a Lucio buff? He needs it. In order to help bring Lucio's survivability more in line with the rest of the support heroes, Crossfade self-healing during Amp It Up is now a more effective survival option for Lucio. Crossfade self-healing penalty is now reduced from 60 to 0% for the duration of Amp It Up. Whoa, wait, I did not know this. Lucio's healing didn't heal him as much as teammates? Huh. Okay. Good change, probably. I don't know if Lucio particularly had a problem with surviving. I'm not a Lucio main, but it does seem like a good change. I honestly like never play Lucio, but it seems like a good change. Mercy getting a nerf. Yay. Thank you. Thank you, Lord. Secondary fire, damage boost reduced from 30 to 25%. It shit means nothing. It means nothing. 5% ain't gonna do shit, guys. Like, Mercy just needs a rework. I'm gonna be honest. Mercy breaks half the roster. By half the roster, I mean half the DPS heroes in the game. That's probably a stretch. About a quarter of them. Like, she makes Ashe twice as strong. She makes Sojourn twice as strong. Soldier twice as strong. She makes Widow twice as strong because, oh, wait, let's think about a Widow 1v1 duel, okay? Let's say you're on a Havana. You're in a Widow duel. Oh, let's say I win the duel as a Widow main, okay? Boink! I shoot the Widow. Not exactly. They have a Mercy. She's just going to hit E behind a wall and res her. Like, okay, that's cool. And I'm going to pop up a stat for you guys real quick that 81, the team that wins in Overwatch League, this was in like 2020, the statistics, the team that got the first pick went on to win that team fight 81% of the time. So, it's basically just removing your chance to win the fight because Mercy can just hit E behind a wall like 75% of the time. And the higher up you get, the better people are at positioning, so the more likely they are going to be to where Mercy can just res behind a wall. And she can also res like 8 freaking meters away. Like, I might show you a clip of this of this thing that happened the other night. Mercy's res from way too far away, and she can keep pulling back while she's resing. Here's that clip for you guys, and look at just how far away this Mercy res is, and from the safety of cover.
Leave attacker.
Like, it's ridiculous. It's too much. And then her damage boost and healing, like, imagine you're in a soldier 1v1. I'm gonna just go face cam. Imagine you're in a soldier 1v1. You're doing the soldier. One has a mercy pocket, one doesn't. Oh, you're just not able to fight that soldier. Because if you try and fight that soldier, he has extra health, extra damage, and you're just gonna lose the fight. Like, unless you perfectly track. And no, not even perfectly track. Unless you're cheating, you're never gonna win that duel against an equally skilled soldier. It's just not gonna happen. It's just not going to happen. So what can you do? Oh, you have to run away. You can't duel the soldier anymore. Which, okay, that can be fair most of the time. Like, imagine a Zen orb. You don't want to fight a soldier still that has a Zen orb on him. But at least then, the Zen's not doing or the soldier's not doing extra damage to you. And if the Zen wants to flank with the soldier, Zen's very immobile, so he's going to get punished for that. Whereas Mercy, she can just fly back to another hero if she's with the soldier going on a flank. So, like, Soldier Mercy can just run around the entire map together, do what the hell they want, and, like, especially at lower tiers of gameplay, like, it's just such an annoying mechanic to go against. Like, and that's for me, and I'm top 500 GM1. It's annoying for me to go against. I cannot imagine what it's like for Diamond, Gold, Plat players, Masters players even. Like, oh, Mercy's just so fucking annoying to go against. Excuse my language. Uh, co-op mode, hero updates. I don't care about any of these. Oh wait, and then yeah, then it's co-op mode hero updates. We'll scroll through that. Don't really care about co-op mode. Two new maps though. Okay, cool. Explore deep beyond the gates. New Junk City looked pretty cool. I only saw like a picture of it. Looked pretty cool. Saravasa too with the new Flashpoint game mode also looked really cool. Blizzard always does really well on their maps. So excited for this. Balance changes seemed about 50-50 for me, honestly, but overall, we're going to give it a W patch. New content, new maps in the game, new hero, new stuff to play with. Story mode, not PvE. And yeah, lots of content in the game. They're changing the lighting for some of the maps. I like how they do this, actually. It's always cool. Oh, I thought they're, for some reason, I read Junkertown at night. That would be really cool to play on. Um, okay. Cool. Oh, Junk Cities or New Junk Cities also a Flashpoint map. I didn't know that. Cool. And that seems about all the changes. All right. Well, guys, that has been the Season 6 patch notes. I'm probably going to post this video up tonight before I start streaming here in the next... Oh, you guys can't really see me. I'm probably going to post this video in the next hour or so before I start streaming. And I stream at the links somewhere around here. I'm going to put them on the screen. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Appreciate it. See you guys.